Welcome to the sixth part of our video lecture series of naming of coordination compounds. As I told in the part 5, in this part we are going to see some examples using the 6 rules so far we have learnt. Here we go. Our first example, CrCl2 OH2 4 times a plus charge, and this is might you feel unusual, a plus charge in the coordination sphere. However, it represents this is a cationic complex. So since there are no atoms or elements present before and after the coordination sphere, that is the square bracket, we are going to start naming the compound from the ligand. There are two ligands present here, water and chloride, and we have seen water should be named as aqua and chloride ends with IDA and it should be replaced with O. And again we are using rule 2, that is rule 3, that the name should start with the alphabetical order. So aqua should come first, 4 water molecules, therefore the name is tetra aqua 2 chlorine dichloro. Tetra aqua dichloro chromium is the name, and the oxidation state is 3, therefore the complete name is tetra aqua dichlorochromium 3 ion. In the case of plus or minus charge present in the complex, then the name should ends with ion ion. And here you see the metal name is written as chromium because this is a positive charge complex, and hence I use the name as chromium. Suppose if it is a negative charge, then the metal name should ends with the suffix ate. A second example, CrCl4OH2 twice minus. Here you notice this is a negative charge complex, and in the case of a negative charge complex, the name of the metal should ends with ate. The same type of ligands, 2 water molecules, therefore di aqua tetrachloro chromium should be replaced as chromate, therefore the correct name is di aqua tetrachlorochromate 3 ion. Again you see the name ends with ion ion because the presence of negative charge. The third example is NiCO4. This is a very simple example, and you see this compound doesn't carry any charge, therefore it is a neutral complex. 4 carbon monoxide ligands are present, and we have seen carbon monoxide should be named as carbonyl, tetracarbonyl nickel, this is the name, and the oxidation state of nickel is 0 because CO is a neutral charge, therefore the correct name is tetracarbonyl nickel 0. Our next example is COCl NO2 NH3 4 plus. This is again a cationic complex. 3 kinds of ligands are present here: amine, ammonia, NO2 and Cl, amine, nitro and chloro. So we have to start the name of this compound with the alphabetical order: tetraamine, then chloro, then nitro. So the correct name is tetramine chloro nitro cobalt 3 ion. Here again the complex is a cationic complex, therefore the name cobalt is used. Our next example is FeNH36NO3 thrice. This complex is again an ionic complex, and you have nitrate after the coordination sphere, therefore you have to start naming with the complex part. 6 ammonia molecules are there, you have to use the prefix hexa, hexaamine, and hence the complex is a cationic complex, should use ion, hexaamine ion 3 nitrate, and you should note that is a space between the Roman letter 3 and the nitrate. Next example, NH4 twice CuCl4. This complex is an anionic complex because ammonia molecule comes first, and you should start naming from the ammonium a space, then 4 chlorine molecules for tetrachlorocuprate. Here again you see the negative charge complex should be named as cuprate. For the name of the complex is ammonium space tetrachlorocuprate 2. And our final example is COEN twice IH2O NO3 twice. This complex is a cationic complex because nitrate comes after the square bracket. 3 kinds of ligands present in this compound: water, that is aqua, iodine, iodo, En, and En is the shortened form of ethylene diamine ligand. 2 molecules of ethylene diamine is present here, and you should not write diethylene diamine, and you must be remember that ethylene diamine should be written as bis. Suppose if it is 2 or 3, then you have to use bis. So the correct name is start with aqua bis ethylene diamine because E comes first before, or E comes next after A. Aqua bis ethylene diamine, and ethylene diamine should be written inside the bracket. Then comes iodo, then cobalt 3 space, then nitrate. This is an cationic complex, therefore cobalt is written as cobalt, not as cobaltate. So from these 7 examples, I hope you gain some knowledge how to name or how to write the name of a coordination compound if you are given a formula. The first thing is you must learn all the 6 rules thoroughly and practice more examples, and find out whether the complex is a neutral one or a charged one. Then start naming with the ligands. Use all the concepts you have learnt how to name it. Then it should be easy for you to name the compound. And in this slide we are going to see how we are going to name the coordination compound if bridging ligands are present. Bridging ligands are present only if a coordination compound contains 2 metal centers. So far we have seen a coordination compound contain only 1 metal is present, but if you have 2 metal atoms are present in a coordination compound, then a ligand can act as a bridging ligand. That is, a ligand can bond between the 2 metal centers. Such ligands are termed as bridging ligand. So bridging ligands are designated with the prefix mu, and it should be separated from the other ligands by using a hyphen. I'll explain with one example. Here is an example. You have 2 cobalt metal in a single coordination in a coordination compound. The first cobalt molecule carries 5 ammonia, and the second cobalt molecule carries 4 ammonia and 1 water molecule, and this molecule is not symmetrical. And outside the coordination sphere, that is outside the square bracket, you have chlorine 5Cl. Therefore this is a charged compound complex. Now we are going to use our previous rules along with this new bridging ligand rule, and the name of this compound complex is pentamine cobalt 3. The first cobalt carries 5 ammonia, therefore the name is pentamine cobalt. The oxidation state is 3. Then we use mu to represent there is a bridging ligand, and the bridging ligand is amine NH2, and amine should be written as amido. So mu amido, and the next cobalt carries 4 amine tetramine aqua cobalt 3 a space, then chloride. So here is the name, and you should use the prefix mu to represent or to designate the bridging ligand. First name the first cobalt first metal center, then the second metal center, find the oxidation state and return the name using all the rules we have studied. I'll explain with one more example. Before that, if suppose if the molecule is symmetrical, in this previous example the molecule is unsymmetrical. Suppose if the molecule is symmetrical and the name should be given by listing the bridging ligand first. In our previous example, the bridging ligand comes between the two metal centers, but if the molecule is symmetrical, you should name bridging ligand first. Here is our example. Two chromium molecules, and each chromium molecule carries 5 ammonia molecules, and in between the two chromium a hydroxide molecule is there, and this molecule is symmetrical one, and after the square bracket you have bromine. So this coordination compound start with the bridging ligand first. So bridging ligand is OH hydroxo, so it should be start with mu hydroxo. Pentamine chromium 3, it is present 2 times, therefore you have to use the prefix bis, not di. You should use the prefix bis. So the correct name is mu hydroxo bis pentamine chromium 3 bromide. So this is how you are going to name the bridging ligands. So we have learnt all these 6 rules, and this rule that how to name the bridging ligands also, and from these 6 parts I am sure you can able to name the coordination compound very easily. And in the final part of our lecture series, I will teach you how to write the coordination compound formula if a name is given. Before that, you work out as many as problems to get more insight into this nomenclature. Thank you.